Okay, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go through a run of Amazing Adventures featuring the Inhumans and Black Widow, which was originally released in August of 1970. And a lot of the art for these books was done by the legendary Jack Kirby and John Romita of Spider-Man fame. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start going through the haul. And you're going to notice number 1 is not here, and that's because it's in a slab. So this is number 2, and probably the worst condition book of all the ones I have. There's a little stain on the cover, but I do have a backup issue for number 2. This is number 3, and you've got the Mandarin here, and just some very nice artwork by John Romita. Another nice cover. One of my favorite issues, number 5, just based on the artwork. And I think number 7 is the other one I like. Another nice issue featuring the Great Refuge, Maximus the Mad. This is the issue, number 7. I have this in a slab in a 9/6. This is basically titled Burn Black Bolt Burn. So the artwork is just amazing by John Romita. So yeah, one of my all-time favorite issues for Amazing Adventures, next to number 1. Amazing Adventures with Thor. This is also a great issue. Very high grade copy here. Then we start to get more into the Black Bolt and Inhumans, and Black Widow kind of drops off from the title. And then last but not least, number 10, January of 1973. And this is the Inhumans Last Stand. I just love this artwork. Can't get enough. Okay. On to the Incredible Hulk run. Now, first couple issues are going to feature the legendary Severin, who was probably my all-time favorite Hulk artist, next to Herb Trimpe, who I'll show you the issues as we go through the run here. But this is actually a key. This is the key to the missing link. So one of the few Hulk keys out there, but I just can't get enough of this artwork. Just truly amazing, truly iconic. This is, again, another underappreciated cover that is really inexpensive to buy in higher grade. So I've got several copies of this book, both in raw and slab. Another Severin, Space Parasite. This is Rings Half the Mandarin issue, 10 Rings Half the Mandarin issue. Number 107, Severin. Then we start to get into the Herb Trimpe art. So this is Herb Trimpe here, and next to the Cobalt issue of 174, Hulk 174, this is probably one of the greatest Herb Trimpe covers of all time, in my opinion. Just a fantastic issue here. And this is where he's shanghaied in space. This is Hulk Meets the Leader. Got this both in raw and slab. This issue here has a lot of sentimental value to me. This was one of the first Hulk, I should say not just in Hulk, but one of the first comic books I remembered as a child growing up in the 1970s. And this is the first issue I had gotten from a friend. His name was Tommy Finn. He had given me this issue to read. This was just when I learned how to start reading as a child. And I remember this issue gave me nightmares for weeks upon end. Basically, it was about this crawling unknown. It was like this like lava-like creature that would go and dissolve things and people. And again, another Herb Trimpe masterpiece in terms of art. Very hard to get in this black cover in very high grade, but I do have 196 slabbed, and I have several of these in raw, including this one, and this goes back to my childhood. This wasn't the original book I had gotten from my friend Tom, but This was actually the second copy I ever had. So I would probably give this about a CGC 7.5 to an 8.0. It's just very hard to get in a high grade. Then we go to Hulk meets the Black Bolt. So you've got some Inhumans crossover into the Incredible Hulk. Another very underappreciated issue that you can get on the cheap and high grade. Then we jump to 199 with Doc Samson, and this is, I don't know, like third or fourth appearance of Doc Samson at this point. I think Hulk 141 was the original Doc Samson first appearance, which I actually do not have, but it is on my radar right now. So, nice cover. Got duplicates of this one. Hulk 200. This has a lot of the foes and heroes that have teamed up and battled with the Hulk throughout the ages. So, very well done anniversary issue. This is Hulk meets Conan. It's another interesting issue here. I believe these, we're getting into Buckler and Romita art now. I think the other issues were John Buscema, if I'm not mistaken. This is Hulk meets the Crypto Man, and for those of you that are into cryptocurrency, this is one I would have on my radar just as a key, because Crypto Man and cryptocurrency, you never know. Something like this could just one day hit the MCU, and all of a sudden, what was a dollar bin comic book could potentially be worth a lot more money. Similar to what happened with the Hulk 156, where there was Hulk number 1 and Hulk number 2. The Hulk number 1 being played by Jim Murray, I believe, of Ghostbusters fame. Yeah, so that's going to hit the theaters soon. And yeah, this is really a nice little spec play for the future. So in high grade, you can probably get this in 9.8 for under $100. Just super cheap. Another one of the issues I had from my childhood, still in relatively high grade. I'd probably give this about a 9.2, 9.3, but this was the Big Monster on Campus issue that I remember fondly as a kid. And then when Hulk was on TV with Bill Bixby, I believe his name was, Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno, you notice at the top, Marvel's TV sensation. This is when we're talking late 70s, early 80s, the Hulk really started to gain traction. And yeah, this is kind of what put the Hulk on the radar for me, was the TV show and just being exposed to the comic books at the various candy stores I would inhabit as a child. This is a crossover, Hulk versus Machine Man, one of my favorite issues. I love the artwork in this book. This, I believe, was a trilogy, so I believe there's 3 issues with Hulk meeting Machine Man. And basically, they end up battling each other in the beginning, but then they end up teaming up with each other at the very end to fight a common enemy. So, go to the next one. Now we're getting into the annuals. Hulk Annual number 1. Which is also iconic. I believe that's Marie Severin as well. That's in a slab, so I do not have that here. These other issues I do have. This is Herb Trimpe, so you can just tell by just the art and the way the Hulk looks, who drew what during that era. So this is Herb Trimpe. I believe this is Herb Trimpe here, just based on, again, the caricature of the Hulk. And this is where he battles the humanoids. And this is the final Herb Trimpe issue here, number 4. And then I believe this is either Buckner or Buscema. Actually, this book right here, I picked up for $4 about 2.5 years ago. I was just basically dollar bin hunting, and best $4 I've ever spent. This is first solo appearance of Man-Thing, Adventure in the Fear, number 10. I believe this is Jerry Conway who wrote the script for this book, and Morrow Gray, I believe, was the artist for this particular issue. And yeah, I mean, the artwork just says it all. This and Man-Thing #1, when Man-Thing gets his own title, like, two best monster covers, in my opinion, of all time. Anything Man-Thing I do try to collect. And in some of my other past haul videos, you'll notice I had a lot of Man-Thing, and that's because for whatever reason, they're still on the cheap. And, you know, when you get that kind of artwork, you have to buy it up, because at some point, this will hit the MCU radar, and if you're not buying these now, you're going to miss the boat. And these are just so rare. The census on these is just so low, like, you're talking just in the hundreds. Like, there's just not many issues in mid to high grade available for these books. The last 9.6 to sell was just recent, and then before that was like almost a year ago. So these books really in higher grade are just so hard to acquire. So if you can find one in 9.0 or higher, grab it, because like the Ghost Rider issue, where I think there was only one CGC 9.8, that ended up going for $240,000 at the beginning of 2021. Like, yeah, like, these are going to soon follow. So it's just a matter of time. And these are just so finite and rare in nature. And again, the artwork is just impeccable. So with that being said, thank you for tuning into my haul video. And we're going to do some wax pack unboxings for X-Men series #1, 1992. I pulled out a case from storage, and I believe there's either 24 or 36 packs. I gotta look at the box, but we're gonna go through and we're gonna unbox all of those, because I want to submit these to CGC to get them graded. I'm still looking for the coveted Deadpool rookie card, as they call it. So yeah, stay tuned for that video, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and please be sure to like and subscribe. Comic books. So if you like this channel and you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe. Thanks again, and welcome to my channel.